Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The baseball world woke up to a shocking headline today that has left fans, analysts, and even casual observers completely stunned. The MLB has handed down a monumental punishment to the Los Angeles Dodgers, stripping the team of 7 crucial victories in what is being described as one of the most severe penalties in recent memory. Rumors have been swirling for weeks about potential infractions, but nobody could have anticipated a decision of this magnitude, and the implications for the Dodgers season are already reverberating across the league. The news broke early this morning, sending shockwaves through social media, sports talk shows, and locker rooms alike. Fans are flooding comment sections, debating the fairness of the ruling, and some are even calling for drastic changes in the way the MLB investigates team misconduct. Analysts are poring over statistics, trying to determine how the deduction of 7 wins will affect playoff eligibility, standings, and historical records. The timing of the punishment is also critical, coming at a moment when the Dodgers were building momentum, appearing dominant in key matchups, and positioning themselves as serious championship contenders. The debate now extends beyond the Dodgers, raising questions about league-wide compliance, the effectiveness of current regulations, and the potential for other teams to face similar scrutiny. Speculation about the reasons behind the punishment is running wild, and insiders suggest it could involve unauthorized scouting practices, improper player management, or even breaches of contract regulations that haven't been made public. While official statements from MLB have been deliberately vague, sources close to the investigation hint that the penalties were unavoidable once the evidence was reviewed in full. Social media platforms are ablaze with theories, ranging from accusations of hidden performance-enhancing strategies to allegations of rule-bending during critical game moments. Commentators are dissecting the decision, questioning why the league opted to remove victories rather than impose fines or other forms of disciplinary action. This unprecedented move has left betting markets reeling, as odds that were once heavily in favor of the Dodgers have shifted dramatically. Historians and statisticians are comparing this incident to past controversies, debating whether it could rival some of the biggest scandals in sports history. For the players themselves, the emotional impact is significant, as their achievements on the field have been effectively nullified in the official records. The team's management has promised to appeal, but insiders suggest that the appeal process may be lengthy and complicated, adding another layer of uncertainty to an already chaotic situation. Inside sources indicate that the MLB's investigation was exhaustive, spanning multiple months, and involving detailed reviews of game footage, internal communications, and third-party audits. Every aspect of the Dodgers' operations came under scrutiny, from training regimens to front office decisions, in a level of detail that has rarely been seen in professional sports. The league reportedly discovered patterns of behavior that, when aggregated, justified the unprecedented step of removing victories. Industry experts are weighing in, explaining that this kind of action is designed not only to punish a single team, but also to serve as a warning to others about the seriousness of compliance. Fans and commentators alike are trying to reconcile the team's on-field dominance with the off-field consequences, wondering whether the talent and effort of individual players can ever truly be separated from organizational misconduct. The ramifications extend to contractual negotiations, sponsorship deals, and media coverage, as brands now face pressure to respond to the controversy. Sports analysts predict that every team in the league will likely review their internal policies to avoid facing similar sanctions. In addition, public opinion is sharply divided, with some defending the Dodgers' legacy, while others insist that accountability must be enforced without exception. The drama unfolding around the Dodgers has already become a focal point of discussions in locker rooms, press conferences, and fan communities nationwide, ensuring that this story will dominate headlines for weeks to come. As the dust settles, questions about playoff contention dominate the conversation. 7 wins removed from the Dodgers' record could completely alter the landscape of the league, potentially knocking them out of contention for top seeds or forcing them into sudden death scenarios they hadn't anticipated. Managers from other teams are privately expressing relief, while fans of rival franchises are enjoying the unexpected turn of events. Analysts are modeling multiple scenarios, calculating the statistical impact of the penalty and its potential to reshape league history. The situation has become a case study in sports governance, as the balance between fair play and punishment is tested in real time. Speculation is rampant about potential further penalties, with some suggesting suspensions or fines could follow for individuals directly implicated. The emotional toll on players is apparent, as interviews reveal shock, frustration, and disbelief. Even retired Dodgers legends are weighing in, offering perspectives that range from support for the team to stern warnings about accountability. The media frenzy surrounding this announcement shows no sign of abating, with 24-hour news cycles, podcasts, and social feeds all amplifying the drama. Every angle, rumor, and insider tip is being dissected, ensuring that the Dodgers' troubles remain at the forefront of baseball conversation. Industry insiders are now closely watching how the Dodgers will respond strategically, both on and off the field. Decisions about roster changes, game tactics, and public relations campaigns are being influenced by the fallout, as the team seeks to rebuild credibility while navigating a demoralized locker room. Management faces the dual challenge of restoring fan trust and maintaining competitiveness amid an unexpected record adjustment. Lawyers and consultants are reportedly drafting plans to challenge the league's ruling, although past precedent suggests overturning such penalties is extremely difficult. Meanwhile, opponents are studying every weakness exposed by the controversy, hoping to capitalize on the Dodgers' distracted state. Analysts are debating whether this situation could spark long-term changes in MLB policies, from stricter oversight to harsher penalties for violations. Fans are engaged in heated debates, some defending the integrity of the sport, while others condemn the perceived leniency or inconsistency of past punishments. The Dodgers' public image is under intense scrutiny as sponsors, media partners, and community stakeholders all react to the unexpected headline. Social media trends reveal hashtags both supporting and criticizing the team, underscoring the polarized reactions among followers. The complexity of the scenario has created an environment where every statement, gesture, and game result is magnified, ensuring that the story will evolve with each passing day. The Dodgers management is under immense pressure to provide explanations, reassurance, and a path forward. Public statements have been carefully crafted to acknowledge the penalty while attempting to maintain fan support, but skepticism remains high. Insider sources suggest internal meetings are ongoing, with strategies being developed to mitigate reputational damage and maintain competitive performance. The MLB's ruling has already sparked conversations in boardrooms, social circles, and online forums about the broader implications for league governance and team accountability. Every move the Dodgers make is now subject to intense analysis, from minor roster adjustments to major trade decisions. The media narrative emphasizes a mixture of scandal, resilience, and the quest for redemption, creating a storyline that captivates audiences well beyond traditional baseball fan bases. Commentators speculate about the future of the franchise, projecting potential losses in sponsorship, fan engagement, and player morale. The ripple effect may extend for years as historians, journalists, and statisticians attempt to contextualize this punishment in the annals of MLB history. For now, the Dodgers are navigating uncharted territory, caught between legal challenges, public scrutiny, and the pressing demands of ongoing competition, creating a situation as unprecedented as it is dramatic. The league's disciplinary action also highlights a tension between authority and tradition. Baseball has long been celebrated for its integrity, its history, and its relatively slow-moving governance. But the Dodgers' penalty challenges these assumptions, proving that even dominant teams are not immune to oversight. Discussions about fairness, precedent, and deterrence are intensifying among experts and fans alike. Every angle of the story, from legal ramifications to emotional impact, is being explored in blogs, podcasts, and talk shows, illustrating the story's depth and resonance. Fans are dissecting every piece of available evidence, drawing conclusions, and often challenging official narratives. Social media debates range from analytical breakdowns of games in question to passionate defenses of the team's honor. Meanwhile, league officials are emphasizing the importance of compliance and transparency, signaling that the punishment is intended as both correction and deterrent. Analysts note that this incident may lead to broader structural reforms, perhaps changing how teams document practices, manage internal communication, and interact with league authorities. As the Dodgers adjust to this new reality, the baseball world watches closely, knowing that the ramifications of this decision may extend far beyond a single season, shaping the league's culture, standards, and approach to accountability for years to come. As the Dodgers attempt to regroup, insiders indicate that internal tensions are at an all-time high, with staff, coaches, and players struggling to reconcile the on-field success with the off-field consequences imposed by the league. Locker room dynamics are reportedly strained, as athletes debate their own responsibility versus organizational accountability, and some are questioning management decisions that may have contributed to the unprecedented ruling. Fans continue to react with fervor on social media, some defending their heroes, others demanding accountability and stricter enforcement across the league. Analysts point out that the psychological impact on players could be significant, potentially affecting performance in upcoming games, especially given the intense media scrutiny that continues unabated. Meanwhile, rival teams are seizing the opportunity to recalibrate strategies, knowing that a dominant contender has been unexpectedly weakened by league intervention. The ripple effects are spreading into sponsorship deals, broadcast rights, and even fantasy sports leagues, as the sudden adjustment of wins alters standings, projections, and fan expectations. Legal team for the Dodgers are reportedly preparing complex appeals, while MLB officials emphasize that the penalties were carefully considered, fully justified, and unlikely to be overturned. Amid the turmoil, speculation has intensified about the motivations behind the league's decisive action, with insiders suggesting that enforcement officers may have been sending a broader message to all teams about adherence to rules, transparency, and accountability. Analysts note that while the Dodgers' case is extraordinary, it may reflect systemic issues in baseball governance that the league is now attempting to address proactively. Fans and commentators alike are debating whether this punishment could trigger a culture shift in MLB, potentially changing the approach to compliance, internal oversight, and disciplinary measures. Media coverage continues to amplify rumors about the team's internal dynamics, potential resignations, and operational reforms, with each report adding to the overall sense of instability. Social media threads dissect every interview, statement, and player reaction, interpreting body language, word choice, and timing as possible clues to underlying tensions. Sponsors and corporate partners are closely monitoring developments, assessing reputational risk, and contemplating adjustments to marketing and public engagement strategies. Rival teams, meanwhile, are subtly taking advantage of the situation, modifying training approaches and scouting strategies to exploit potential weaknesses exposed by the controversy. As this complex web of speculation, reaction, and strategy unfolds, the Dodgers' path forward becomes increasingly fraught, with every decision potentially magnified by public scrutiny and media interpretation. Off-field dynamics have become a central narrative in this unfolding drama, with rumors circulating about internal disputes, management disagreements, and even divisions among players over accountability and future strategy. Analysts suggest that these internal tensions may be just as impactful on performance as the loss of 7 victories, emphasizing the psychological dimension of professional sports. Fans remain highly engaged, with online communities sharing leaks, insider insights, and speculative analyses at an unprecedented pace. Commentators are dissecting every potential implication for team cohesion, playoff prospects, and public image, creating a layered story that combines scandal, strategy, and speculation. Legal experts are weighing in on potential appeals, contract renegotiations, and long-term consequences, noting that the league's decision sets a challenging precedent for teams, players, and governing bodies alike. Meanwhile, the Dodgers front office reportedly continues to work behind the scenes to reassure stakeholders, maintain morale, and ensure compliance, even as the media spotlight intensifies. Social media trends indicate that public sentiment is polarized, with passionate defenses of the team competing with harsh criticisms and calls for further action. The convergence of scandal, rumor, and strategic recalibration ensures that the Dodgers saga will dominate headlines, conversations, and analyses for the foreseeable future, influencing perceptions and decisions well beyond the immediate season. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Meanwhile, speculation about the potential impact on playoffs has intensified, with analysts exploring multiple scenarios, including sudden shifts in seeding, altered matchups, and unpredictable outcomes due to the removal of 7 wins. Rival managers are reportedly recalculating strategies, considering how to exploit a temporarily weakened contender, while fans engage in fervent debates about fairness, competitive balance, and league consistency. The Dodgers' altered position raises questions about the integrity of historical records, playoff forecasts, and player legacies, creating a ripple effect across statistical, narrative, and psychological dimensions of the sport. Insider commentary suggests that the league's decision is designed not only as punishment, but also as a cautionary tale, signaling that even highly successful franchises are subject to scrutiny and accountability. Analysts are speculating that the controversy could trigger broader reforms, including stricter compliance measures, more transparent investigations, and enhanced oversight of team practices. Media outlets continue to dissect rumors, reports, and leaks, amplifying uncertainty and keeping public attention sharply focused on every development. Fans remain divided, with heated online debates reflecting conflicting perspectives on ethics, governance, and fairness. Meanwhile, players must navigate not only altered standings but also amplified expectations, intense media attention, and the psychological weight of a league-imposed penalty that fundamentally changes the narrative of their season. Insiders report that the Dodgers management is considering an array of strategic moves, from player rotations and training adjustments to PR campaigns aimed at regaining fan trust and maintaining league credibility. Analysts suggest that every operational decision is now influenced by the controversy, as the team seeks to balance competitiveness with compliance, transparency, and public perception. Social media continues to amplify rumors about potential internal shakeups, coaching decisions, and even mid-season transfers, creating a non-stop cycle of speculation. Commentators are dissecting each new report, interview, and press release, often reading between the lines for clues about the team's long-term direction. Legal experts emphasize that while appeals are possible, overturning such a severe league penalty is historically challenging, making strategic adaptation crucial. Meanwhile, the psychological impact on players remains a topic of discussion, with sports psychologists highlighting the need for resilience, focus, and cohesion in navigating an unprecedented scenario. Fan communities remain intensely engaged, with forums, social media threads, and live discussions all contributing to a collective sense of drama, anticipation, and uncertainty. Analysts agree that the Dodgers' response in the coming weeks will be critical, potentially shaping the remainder of the season, team dynamics, and even broader perceptions of governance in Major League Baseball. Meanwhile, rumors continue to swirl about potential additional sanctions, internal investigations, and long-term consequences for both management and players. Analysts are debating the likelihood of further penalties, including fines, suspensions, or more severe league interventions, emphasizing that the initial 7-win deduction may only be the beginning. Fans remain captivated, actively participating in discussions, speculating about motives, and dissecting every news statement, leak, or hint from the league and team sources. Commentators suggest that the intensity of scrutiny may lead to a lasting culture shift, both within the Dodgers organization and across the league, encouraging greater transparency, accountability, and compliance. Media coverage continues to blend verified reporting with conjecture, creating a layered narrative that alternates between fact, analysis, and rumor, heightening public engagement. Meanwhile, rival teams are monitoring developments closely, adjusting strategies, and exploring opportunities created by the Dodgers' unexpected vulnerability. The intersection of scandal, speculation, and strategic recalibration ensures that every move by the Dodgers is magnified, scrutinized, and debated, prolonging the storyline and keeping it central to conversations in sports media and fan communities. The unfolding situation represents a confluence of performance, governance, and public perception, making it one of the most compelling narratives of the MLB season. Finally, the Dodgers' future appears deeply uncertain, as the team grapples with the emotional, strategic, and reputational ramifications of the league's unprecedented action. Analysts speculate that the coming weeks will determine not only playoff outcomes, but also the long-term perception of the franchise, influencing player recruitment, fan loyalty, and sponsorship opportunities. Fans remain polarized, divided between defending the team's achievements and calling for accountability, fueling ongoing debate across social platforms and media outlets. The MLB's ruling has ignited a broader conversation about transparency, governance, and disciplinary consistency, raising questions about how teams should operate to avoid similar consequences. Behind the scenes, management is reportedly devising multi-layered strategies to restore credibility, rebuild morale, and maintain competitiveness, balancing immediate performance needs with longer-term organizational goals. Players face intense scrutiny, pressure, and uncertainty, as the psychological weight of the penalty compounds the physical and strategic challenges of the season. Social media continues to amplify every nuance, report, and leak, creating a non-stop cycle of speculation, analysis, and rumor. The Dodgers saga has thus evolved into a complex narrative encompassing scandal, strategy, and suspense, with consequences that extend far beyond the field, ensuring the story will remain a defining element of this MLB season. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.